Hey everybody, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies, back with another YouTube video where we're helping real estate agents become top producers by teaching them a world-class marketing and lead generation system. So hopefully you've been enjoying the videos that we've been putting out with the training, teaching you how to be generating more leads, being more effective with your marketing, and just kicking butt as a real estate agent. So with that, today, what we are going to cover is we are going to show you how to become the top real estate agent in your area. I was teaching a class earlier today, and what I find over and over and over again as I teach classes is that there's a lot of confusion in the industry. People are going after, in my opinion, the wrong sources. They're going after, open houses and cold calling and door knocking. They're doing all these things to, it's an attempt to generate business. And yes, those things work, and yes, you can generate business from them. It's just not the most effective thing that you could be doing. And so that's going to be the point of today's video, is showing you how to streamline, how to focus so that you can be that top agent. I find a lot of people are working unnecessarily hard and making the business harder than it needs to be. Today's video is all about streamlining that. It's all about simplicity and showing you how to get the most out of your marketing, the time that you're spending prospecting. So with that, let's just jump right in. So the question is, where do you spend your prospecting time? So think about it. What would happen to your business if all you did was you only spent time with the best possible leads? And we're going to talk about what the best possible lead is in a moment. But if all you did was spent your time with the best possible leads, what would happen? Would your business double or maybe even triple? So that's the question. I want you to think about, where do you spend most of your time prospecting? So when you have time to generate business, what is it that you're doing? Are you cold calling, knocking on doors, doing open houses? What is it that you're doing to generate business? So what I find in reality is that the truth is most people are spending their time in what I call the wrong places. So again, they're doing these things that we're talking about: cold calling, door knocking, direct mail, open houses, networking, or other kinds of things similar to this. Now, many of you probably do one or more of these, and you're probably looking at this going, well, wrong places. Okay, the question here isn't whether they're effective or not. So these methods do work, but what you're missing is that these are the hardest leads to convert. Again, let me say that. The point that you're missing is that these are the hardest leads to convert. Can you be effective in this? Yes, I know people that have built their business doing every single one of these. It's not the point whether they work or not. That's not the question here. What we're talking about is effectiveness. If you want to be that top real estate agent in your area, in your office, in the local area, the only way that happens is for you to be very streamlined and effective in what you're doing. And if you're doing these things, chances are you're spending too much time in the wrong places generating business. And that's really the focal point of this specific video. Again, you can do these things, and yes, they work, but you're making it harder on yourself than it needs to be. So the way that I can put this into perspective is, forget real estate for a moment. Let's say that you own a car dealership, and just for the sake of example, let's say that it's a Lamborghini dealership, as you can see from that photo right there, right? So with the Lamborghini dealership, think about this. If you get a new shipment of Lamborghinis into your dealership and you've got to move those, the question is, who is your best lead that you could sell one of those cars to? Now, every time I ask this question, most people respond with, people that are affluent, people that have, a certain amount of money, people that have a certain profession. They're a doctor, they're an attorney, they're a whatever, right? And they're shocked when I tell them that everyone that they're describing is their fifth best lead. So here's what I mean by that. Your first and best, highest lead are people that have already bought from you. These are people that already own a Lamborghini. And they not only do they own a Lamborghini, but they bought it from you. And what makes it so effective is these people are already sold on the product because they own it, and they're sold on you because they've bought from you in the past. Doesn't it just make sense that some of the people that own a Lamborghini that bought from you would want the latest and greatest model? Sure. Are there people that maybe bought their Lamborghini on a lease, and now that lease is coming due and it's time for them to get a new Lamborghini? Sure. Could there be some of those people that are ready to buy a Lamborghini for a kid, a spouse, somebody else? Sure. And so that's why your best lead is always the person that you've already done business with, because they love what you do, they've experienced you, and if they had a great experience, they're likely to not only use you again, but also to tell others about it, right? So that is always your best possible lead. Your second best lead are going to be referrals from group number one, referrals from past clients. So here's what happens. These people show up at a social function. So they pull up in their Lamborghini, pull into the parking lot, and people are like, whoa, that is awesome. How do you like it? And they're going to say, oh, I love it. And they're going to say, well, where did you get it? And they're going to say, hey, you really need to go talk to Kevin. I'm just using myself. You really need to go talk to Kevin. He's awesome. You're going to love doing business with him, right? And so when those people show up to my dealership and they've already got it in their head that they want a Lamborghini, they've already got it in their head that they want to do business with me because that's why they're there. The question is, how much selling do you have to do with that group of people? And the answer is really next to none, right? This is not like selling ice cubes to an Eskimo. This is not a tough sale. These are people that are coming pre-sold. And that's what makes this your second best lead, is that transfer of trust that your clients gave. That transfer goes to these people and they come pre-sold, right? That's what makes this your second best lead. Your third best lead are going to be people that already own a Lamborghini, but they bought it somewhere else. Again, they're already sold on the product because they own it. The only thing you really have to sell them on at this point is why they should be doing business with you, right? And that's really the point you want to get across with these people. And so if you were marketing and you needed to sell some Lamborghinis, your third best option is selling one to people that, again, already own it, but they bought it somewhere else. That's going to be your third best lead. Your fourth best lead are going to be referrals from group number three, the people that already own a Lamborghini. Now, you're probably thinking, well, how are they going to refer me? They never did business with me to begin with. And that's true. This is more of an indirect referral. So here's what happens. This person who owns the Lamborghini, they show up at that social function. People see him in the parking lot and they say, wow, that car's awesome. How do you like your Lamborghini? And they're going to say, oh, love it. Go get one, right? And so they're going to go home and they're going to research Lamborghinis and where they should pick one up. And hopefully through that research, they find out about my dealership. And so they're going to come, and that's how they find out that I exist and why they should be doing business with me. So again, it's an indirect referral, but they're coming to my lot pre-sold on the idea of owning a Lamborghini. I not only have to back up the story of the Lamborghini and why they want one, but I have to show them why it's in their best interest to do business with me and why they'd be crazy to go somewhere else, right? So that's my fourth best lead, are those people, referrals from group number three. And then my fifth best lead is everyone else. See, the irony is most people, when they start their marketing, they want to start here. They want to start with everybody. And it's not that you can't do business here. It's just these are the hardest ones to convert because I have to sell them on both points. I have to sell them on the product or service that I'm marketing. In this case, it's real estate services. Or I have to sell them on, and I should say, and I have to sell them as to why they want to do business with me. If I can't sell them on both of those points, then that person is not going to become a customer. And so if that's the case, then it's just not a great lead. And the irony is everybody in the real estate industry starts here, right? When I say, who do you want to market to? Everybody says, well, I'll just do open houses, or I'm going to cold call for sale by owners, or I'm going to call expired listings. Again, it's not that you can't do these things, but they're the hardest ones to convert. There's no prior relationship. They have no loyalty with you. They have no experience with you. And frankly, they can go do business with someone else for whatever reason that they want. It's the hardest lead to convert, yet this is where everyone wants to start their marketing. See, the difference of the concept and strategy that I teach a marketing system that I've created called the Top Agent Marketing System. And that Top Agent Marketing System looks like this. It's basically the concept that you've just seen, but we flip it upside down. Instead of you wanting to start at the bottom, we simply start at the top. It's built on a foundation of leads. See, in my opinion, a lot of people fail in the real estate industry simply because they just don't have enough swings at the bat. They don't have enough leads to be selling to. And so one of the things that I do, first of all, when I take on a new client is we simply crank up that engine. We turn up how many leads that they're generating and the quality and the sources of which we're generating leads from matters very much, right? So my philosophy and the strategies that I teach is start with past clients. Then we simply move down through. Past clients will always be your best lead. Your best lead is the person that you've already done business with. They know you, they love you, they had a great experience. They're probably going to not only use you again in the future, but they're willing to refer you to somebody else. See, that's what makes this engine work. And so if you're watching this video, over here on the side, I'm going to include a playlist. And this playlist, I'm going to call it the Top Agent Marketing System playlist. And I'm going to include videos that I've done on every single one of these topics that does a deep dive. That way, if you want to go deeper and find out more about every single one of these, you certainly can. You can go find out our strategy with past clients and ways to market to your sphere of influence. I've done tons of videos on Facebook lead generation. In fact, it's one of the things a lot of people know me for, is just this reputation I have with generating leads on Facebook. But again, just being honest, as you see here, Facebook lead generation is the 4th item down on the list. The place that I start with all of my clients is past client marketing. I've seen so many businesses that will double once they get that process figured out and they're just consistent at it. See, the numbers are that people do business in the real estate industry every 7 years. And I've heard other people say it's longer. I've heard other people say it's shorter. I don't really care. I just pick 7 as a number, right? But regardless of what that number is in your area, what it means is there's a percentage of your database that is moving this year, whether it's because they want to buy another property, they had a death in the family and they need to sell the home, there was a divorce, there was a job transfer, foreclosure, and on and on and on. There's 1,000,001 reasons, life events that force people to buy and or sell. And it's those life events that create these openings for you. Now, unfortunately, you never know when these life events are going to happen. And so the only way to do that is to be there all the time. And so a lot of the strategy that you're going to find that we teach with past clients has to do with consistently staying in touch, dripping on people, adding value to the relationship. And again, if you want to watch the details of that system, then you can go watch that video in the Top Agent Marketing playlist, right? You'll see it over here to the side. Now, if that source is not enough, if you're not generating enough leads from that source to reach your goals, then we simply add the next layer, right? Which in this case is sphere of influence marketing. So marketing to your friends, your family members, the people that you know socially, but you haven't done business with them yet. Again, since it's based on a relationship, you're going to have a higher conversion rate because these people already know you, they like you, and hopefully they trust you. And that's the foundation of being able to do business with these people. And so with that, that becomes our second best lead, are your sphere of influence. Now, to the extent that those two sources are not enough for you to be generating the business and transactions that you're looking for, we add the next layer, which is of the prospects and the leads that you have, how do we get more of them to convert and turn into clients? And so I spend a ton of time with people going over conversion strategies, ways to implement systems and things that are going to get more of their prospects turning into clients, because it's a great source. These are people that have already expressed interest in what it is that you do. That's an awesome lead, right? And so when you have those people, even if it takes a little bit of time and nurture and care to get them to the point where they're ready to do business with you, that's fine. It doesn't mean they're a bad lead. It just takes a little bit of nurture. And so it's about systems and things that you have in place that allow you to do that. Again, to the extent that that's not helping you reach the goal that you want. Then the fourth area, again, is Facebook lead generation. If you watch a lot of these videos in the playlist, you'll notice that there's tons of things in there that I teach. How to generate buyer leads, how to generate seller leads, how to generate investor leads, different strategies in the ads manager to target the people that you want. So you're going to see a lot of tips and strategies to make that work. But again, this is just me being honest. The truth about Facebook lead generation is that the vast majority of the leads that you generate will not turn into a transaction. It's not based on a relationship. Prior to this, they didn't know you, you didn't know them. And so the chance of that turning into an actual client, an actual transaction, frankly, the percentages are quite small. You're probably looking at about 1 to 2% of the people that will actually turn into a transaction. That's just the honest truth, which is why this is so far down the list. Your conversion rate with these other ones will be much higher because it is based on a relationship. But to the extent that you're not reaching your goals, that's where this belongs. This is the way that we can help fill the gap. Because I can show you how to generate a ton of leads. In fact, we're showing people how to generate 20 leads a week. I've got a client in just the last week, in the last 10 days, he generated 126 leads with one strategy that we taught him on Facebook. So there are tons of ways to do this, ways that you can generate a lot of leads for very little expense. But again, it's a quantity thing. Through the quantity, you're going to get some quality. But it's a lot of calling, it's a lot of bad leads, it's a lot of people that aren't ready right now. That's part of the game. But that's where this belongs. And then to the extent that that's not enough, then I can show you how in your general marketing to go after a specific target, and all that does is drive up your response rate and your conversion rate. So if you're marketing to first-time home buyers, again, there's a specific message there. If you're marketing to investors, it's just a different message because they have a different set of problems and issues. So the more focused we get on your marketing and what your message is to these different groups of people, all that does, again, is drive up your response rate, generate more leads, and they're targeted. It's a pretty decent lead. But from these 5 sources, this is the main way that I teach people to generate business. It's very relationship driven. Some of you watching this video might be fairly new to the business, and you're probably thinking, well, Kevin, I don't have a lot of past clients, or I don't have much of a sphere of influence because I just moved to an area and I don't know anybody, right? So in cases like that, that's where we get started with a lot of Facebook marketing. Every client I take on is in a different place. But no matter where you're at in your business, I can help you grow. I can show you how to develop more leads, more business, and more strategies to grow where you want to get to, right? Now, so the foundation of your business is based on the number of leads. Another principle is it's based on a number of calls, right? One of the other things that makes top producers who they are is they block out time for prospecting, for calling. It's just the strategy that you're using for the calls does matter. Not only what you're saying in the calls, but where you're spending your time. Again, if you've only got a limited time to make phone calls, calling your past clients is always the best thing that you can ever do, followed by sphere of influence and so on down the list. But calling is a very important part of this. If you're not wanting to call people, then I would tell you you're probably in the wrong industry and you might want to revisit that decision, simply because that's what it's going to take for you to reach the success and the goals that you're looking for. Now, can you spend your time calling people that you know and people that appreciate you and want you to call? And the answer is yes, right? Everything that I'm showing you here, none of it is a cold call, absolutely zero, because I don't believe in cold calling. It was a waste of my time, my effort, and I hated it. So my entire marketing system is based on a no cold calling strategy. Yes, there's going to be a lot of calls, but it's people that have either requested information from you, they want you to call, or you already have a relationship with them. And in all those cases, that's a much better phone call. It's a much better use of your time. The other pillar of this is the strategies that you're using. Again, the strategies that you're using do matter quite a bit. Most of the strategies that I see agents use are the tired old strategies that just aren't producing results. So if you're looking for more cutting edge strategies, again, you'll see a lot of them in the videos over here in this playlist, and I encourage you to go check those out. And then frankly, the last piece of this to get to the top agent area that you want to get to are the systems that you're using. It will take some technology. You are going to need some things to help you track things, to stay in touch, to create, landing pages for generating leads, for running ads on Facebook, for sending out messages to your past clients. There's some technology you're going to need to implement the things that we're going to teach you. And so the systems that you're using are a very key component of the top agent marketing system as well. So these are the things that we not only teach people how to do, but there's a lot of people that just say, Kevin, I don't care about learning it. I just want you to do it for me. And we also offer those done for you services in these areas as well. So with that being said, down in the description, I'm going to place a couple links. So one link is if you want to go check out some of our Facebook lead generation templates, I'm going to leave a link where you can go and download those for free. You can go check them out, see exactly what they are. And these are the strategies that a lot of our clients are using to generate 20, 30 plus leads per week. So I'll leave that link in the description. Another link that I'm going to leave in the description will be for our top agent marketing system. The top agent marketing system, I have a lot of people that, they're more of the do-it-yourself type people. They just want to learn the strategies, implement it on their own, and go at their own speed. And so all of the training and everything that we offer in these areas, it's been recorded, and you can go check that out. I'll leave a link for the top agent marketing system as well. And then if you're interested in learning more about these done-for-you services, then feel free to contact us. You can go right to our website, which is 2Q, the number 2, the letter Q, leadgenerationstrategies.com. Feel free to head on over to that website and you can learn, you can contact us. We'll set up an appointment and we'll talk to you about how our services work and how that coaching program works. So hopefully you've liked this video. This is the way that our clients are reaching that top agent status in their area. It's just by approaching their marketing very differently. If you've got time to prospect, don't spend your time on the worst leads. Focus all of your time on the absolute best leads, the ones that you've already done business with you, the ones that you already have relationships with. Those will always convert higher than anything else that you could be doing. So that is today's video on how to become the top agent in your area. It's just a matter of focusing in the right areas. Again, as always, thanks for being here. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below. If there's a topic you would like us to cover in a future video, leave a comment down below. And if you want to get more videos like this, we're releasing them all the time, just click the subscribe button below. And with the subscribe button, there's the little bell right next to it. Click that as well. And then you'll be notified every time we release a new video. That way you're staying right on top of lead generation for real estate agents. This is one of the best sources on the internet for lead generation strategies. So thanks for being here. Again, I'm Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. Make it a great week, and we'll see you soon.